The most dangerous animal in the ocean doesn't have teeth. 6 jellyfish. All of them real. Here's every single one. Australian box jellyfish. And before you picture something you'd avoid at the beach, picture something you'd never see coming. It's nearly transparent, pale blue, almost invisible in the water. You wouldn't know it was there until the tentacles made contact. Each one is loaded with 500,000 microscopic darts. Each dart fires faster than a bullet leaving a gun. The venom attacks your heart, your nervous system, and your skin simultaneously. Cardiac arrest can happen within 5 minutes. Not hours, minutes. One animal carries enough venom to kill 60 adult humans. It's also been documented killing more people than sharks, crocodiles, and sea snakes combined in Australian waters. And it doesn't drift. It swims. It hunts. It has 24 eyes arranged across its body, more than most vertebrates. And researchers believe it actively chases prey. The ocean's most dangerous animal doesn't have teeth, doesn't roar, and doesn't look like a threat. Namura's jellyfish. It weighs more than you do, 2 meters in diameter, up to 200 kilograms. The size and weight of a full-grown male grizzly bear. Except it's a jellyfish, it lives in the ocean, and it travels in blooms of millions. Japanese fishing boats have been capsized by the weight of these animals getting caught in nets. Not damaged, capsized. Fishermen who've tried to cut them free have been stung through gloves and wetsuits. The venom causes intense pain, swelling, and in severe cases, cardiovascular shock. Researchers studying the lethality had to inject individual toxins into mice to figure out which component was killing them. The answer was all of them working together. It appears off the coast of Japan and China seasonally, and the blooms are getting larger. In some years, billions of them migrate simultaneously through the same shipping lanes. Most jellyfish are the size of a dinner plate. This one is the size of a dining table. Before we keep going, here are the ones who got the last question right, the deep sea crew. I'll ask a new one at the end of this video, and the first correct answers will appear in the next one. Let's continue. Irukandji. The name sounds made up. The jellyfish almost looks made up. It's the size of your thumbnail, completely transparent. You cannot see it in the water, not even if you're looking directly at it, and its sting doesn't hurt immediately. You feel almost nothing at first. Then, between 5 and 40 minutes later, everything changes. Severe back and abdominal pain, vomiting, muscle cramps so intense people describe them as full-body convulsions, serious cardiac complications, and then the strangest symptom in all of marine biology, an overwhelming psychological certainty that you are about to die. Victims have begged doctors to end their suffering. Doctors call it a sense of impending doom. To prove this tiny jellyfish caused it, a scientist named Jack Barnes captured one and let it sting himself, his 9-year-old son, and a lifeguard. All 3 were hospitalized. And it cost the Australian government $3 billion a year in medical bills and lost tourism. Portuguese man-o'-war, and it's not actually a jellyfish, it looks like one, it acts like one. But it's a siphonophore, a colonial organism. What appears to be a single animal is actually thousands of individual organisms fused together, each one performing a specific function. Some sting, some digest, some reproduce. None of them can survive without the others. The tentacles can reach 30 meters below the surface, roughly the height of a 10-story building hanging beneath that balloon you see floating on the water. Each tentacle carries around 750,000 venom-loaded darts. The sting has been described as being burned with a red-hot iron. It's been documented killing adults. The pain can be severe enough to cause shock on its own, before the venom even finishes working. And here's the part that matters for swimmers. The tentacles detach. They drift independently. You can be stung by a tentacle with no animal attached, floating invisible in the water, days after the man-o'-war has moved on. Lion's mane jellyfish. The largest jellyfish ever recorded had tentacles longer than a blue whale. The bell alone can stretch 2 meters across, wider than most car hoods. And beneath it, over 1,000 tentacles can extend up to 37 meters. That's longer than a standard swimming pool, all of it nearly invisible below the surface. The sting causes immediate burning, intense skin welts, headaches, muscle pain, and in severe cases, anaphylactic shock. People with allergies have died, and because the tentacles break apart easily, a single jellyfish can sting multiple swimmers who never even saw the main body. They've been washing up on beaches in the UK, Ireland, and the US East Coast in increasing numbers as ocean temperatures rise. Blooms of thousands have been recorded off the coast of Scotland. Arthur Conan Doyle wrote a Sherlock Holmes story where a lion's mane killed a man. Winged box jellyfish, less famous than its Australian cousin, arguably more unsettling. When scientists studied its venom, they found something that didn't make immediate sense. A gene capable of breaking down red blood cells from the inside, not just causing pain or paralysis, actually destroying the cells that carry oxygen through your body. Its sting has been confirmed to cause cardiac arrest, not in extreme cases. As a documented recurring outcome, it lives throughout the Indo-Pacific and parts of the Atlantic, a far wider range than the Australian box jellyfish. Which means more people, more coastlines, more overlap. It's been spotted in Hawaii, the Caribbean, and the Mediterranean. Think about that for a second. An animal that destroys blood cells and stops hearts, with a range that covers half the planet's swimming beaches. It doesn't make headlines the way the others do. That's the part that gets me. Less famous, wider range, same result. And here's your challenge. Everyone with the correct answer in the comments will be featured in our next video. Which jellyfish on this list makes victims feel an overwhelming certainty that something terrible is about to happen to them?